In August of 2008, Jonathan Blow wowed Xbox fans when he released Braid to the live arcade. Now, 8 years later, he hopes to do the same with PlayStation fans with his latest creation, The Witness. Hey guys, Drak here, and today we're taking a look at Jonathan Blow's The Witness to see whether or not Jonathan has hit it big again, or if Braid was just his 15 minutes of fame. Now, spoilers ahead as I will be discussing some, but not all of the elements of the game. So if you don't want to be spoiled, go play The Witness, then continue with this review. Alright, with that said, let's get started. So here's the hard part to talk about, as this game doesn't really have a story, or at the very least a narrative. It gives the impression that maybe there was at one point in development, but it's so shrouded in mystery that in my opinion, I have no problem saying there is no story here, and frankly, that doesn't entirely hurt this game. The Witness is a puzzle game, and instead of focusing on a plot, it in turn focuses more on the gameplay element, which we'll get to later in the review. However, this disappointed me while playing, because it felt like there was a story at one point, and because it's never explained, I'll admit I feel jilted by the developers and Jonathan Blow. Now the premise is simple enough. You're a person stranded on a supposedly deserted island covered in puzzles. However, as you explore the island, you begin to notice a lot of human-looking statues that maybe once were human, but due to, well, something happened, and they're all stone now. And it's up to you to free them? But sadly, nothing is done with this, and that frustrated me personally, as it would have been a great payoff for your hard work. Instead, it just makes you feel like they should have just removed this element entirely. Okay, now we get to talk about the good stuff. Visually, this game is absolutely stunning. Even when you begin the game in a dark tunnel, the use of the visuals is stunning as you walk towards the light and get to your first door. But then you walk out to the island itself and are immediately floored with the art of this game. The island is gorgeous wherever you are and looks even better if you play it at max resolution and 60 frames per second. From forests to deserts to mountains and even a few hidden bunkers, this game is beautiful to look at throughout your journey. Even the puzzles, which use a lot of visual clues, look amazing, and are sweet as candy to the eyes as you play. But what sold the game on visuals for me was that you eventually can unlock a boat and can tour the island for like a scenic view. I would do this a lot when I was writing notes for this game or helping around the house, because the views you get are peaceful and gorgeous to behold. If I were to recommend this to anybody on the graphics alone, it would be the easiest sell I'd ever have to make. So gameplay for The Witness is pretty simple. Around the island there are many grid-based puzzles to find, all of which will help with power to that respective area of the island. Obviously, gameplay is where The Witness thrives, as the puzzles have a steady incline of difficulty, and in most cases have a hint for the player in the world around the puzzle itself. It could be anything from using the sun to see the outline of it, to using the puzzle to locate an object in the world. Another aspect that helps with the gameplay is that this game is non-linear. So if you get stuck in one area on the puzzles, you don't have to stay there, you can go look for other puzzles to solve. This is a strength not many puzzle games can claim to present to the player, and only helps The Witness, as when you get lost, you can go work on another puzzle, or just explore for a bit to clear your head. So audio for this review will be a bit tricky. As you might have noticed, this review has been borrowing some music from other games, and that's because The Witness has no soundtrack. It has sound effects, but that's it, which is a double-edged sword to me personally. On one hand, it helps with the concept of isolation this game provides wholeheartedly. However, it also makes this game difficult to concentrate, as it provides nothing but white noise for the player. This can either be helpful, or in my case a hindrance. As I kept feeling so relaxed by the sounds, I couldn't concentrate, because I was constantly fighting wanting to take a nap. I think at least an option for some public domain classical music would have been a help to this game. And yes, I could easily play it myself, but wouldn't it be interesting if not only did they use visual clues, but audio clues for the puzzles? Now before you say it, yes, for a few puzzles they do, but I'm just saying it could have been a lot more, and that would have helped the game so much more. Now here I need to level with you guys. As I needed to get this review out in a timely manner, I did eventually resort to guides to help me find hints for the puzzles, or even in later cases help me solve the puzzles, period. Now with that said, to me, replay value is a no-brainer, as I honestly would have no problem playing this game again with a fresh mind, and going at my own pace to solve the puzzles. However, one complaint I do have is that there are puzzles that were absolute beasts to solve, especially in the final stretch, and I honestly think there weren't too many hints to find to solve them. Also, to me, considering the risk-reward relationship that most puzzle games present, there isn't that much reward to the witness. Oh sure, there's Easter eggs to find, but not enough in my opinion, and in some cases not even feeling remotely connected to the game itself, which is disappointing to find them, and in turn tilting your head wondering why on earth you wanted to find this little secret to begin with. So with all said and done, does the overall presentation of The Witness come together to provide a great experience? Well, simply put, yes it does, as even though I have my own complaints with the lack of audio, it still is an enjoyable experience to sit through and play. Overall, it's a beautiful title and a wonderful addition to the lineup of the PlayStation 4, Steam users, and hopefully soon Xbox owners. So as you can see, I'm quite satisfied with my playthrough of The Witness, and I'm glad I played it. But before I pass down my score, there are a few things I need to go over. First of all, after playing through this game, I was annoyed by its price, as I feel I paid too much for the experience I got out of it. The game is currently priced at $40 for Steam and PlayStation Network, but to be honest, this game at most should be $25, and I find it hard to recommend to you or anyone else simply because of that. In fact, I found it interesting that already The Witness is the #1 pirated game on at least one site, and I can't help but wonder if the price is one of the major reasons why. You know, aside from people not wanting to pay for someone's hard work. Another problem is the endgame of The Witness. Simply put, it wasn't worth the reward it gave. Once I finished and got the Easter eggs and the secret ending, I felt like a ton more effort could have been put into it, and instead Jonathan Blow and the crew seriously just phoned it in. Maybe I'll go into more detail on my gripes with it on another video, but in the meantime, if you play this game, I can't recommend that you 100% complete it. Unless you want to put yourself through the punishment it takes to get there, as you will be disappointed by what you get for your hard work. With that said, The Witness gets a score of 6 out of 10 from me. It's a good game, but I can't really say it's the best thing I've played from Jonathan Blow. That would hands down go to Braid. But for puzzle fans, it is a good experience, and worth your while. And with that said, that's going to do it for my review of The Witness. If you liked what I had to say, or didn't, feel free to leave a comment below, as I believe it is a good idea to discuss it. Just keep it clean in the comments section. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel, as I have plenty more reviews coming up this year, and lots more content that my channel provides. You can check out my Let's Play content, where I tackle modern games with my wife Andrea, as well as playing my favorite RPG series, Final Fantasy, and having a good time with you guys. But in the meantime, I'm Drak, and I'll see you for the next review.